Joining us now, Professor of Economics and Public Policy at the University of Michigan, Justin Wolfers. Justin, it is great to have you. What does it mean to file this investigation into pharmaceuticals and whatnot, and computer chips, and what might that mean for tariffs and prices?
Right. So the boring part of this is the legal part, which is they want to use a specific legal authority to impose new tariffs on pharmaceuticals, semiconductors and the like. The more interesting part and more worrying is the economics of this, which is this is the administration taking the first steps to make good on its announcement over the weekend. So first of all, it took tariffs off of electronics, semiconductors, iPhones and the like. And then the next day, Lutnick came out and said, yeah, but that's because we're going to put them on next month, which, you know, really is the certainty that business demands. And so what we're going to see is high tariffs. We don't know how high yet on those semiconductors. And here's a funny little irony for you. You might think, well, that's because we're trying to bring semiconductor production back into the United States, but we're also going to put high tariffs on the machinery required to produce semiconductors. So none of this becomes any more coherent, Katie.
Is there a way for this administration to get it together on tariffs? I had Oren Cass on yesterday who said, you know, there is a way to use these tariffs to bring manufacturing home, to ensure that we have control over our supply chains, that it can be productive, and that he believes that there are smart people in the administration who know this and whose end goal is that. Do you see a way for this stuff to work?
Well, let me just put one thing to the side. The fellow you interviewed yesterday is not an economist, not an expert, and not from the mainstream of views on any of this. There are careers to be made singing the songs the White House wants you to sing, and that's happening. Look, one of the fundamental problems is they're trying to implement a policy that, frankly, no economist believes in. Because of that, the economic team they have, they've hand-selected the small number of folks who are willing to sing from the president's hymn book. Because of that, he's not getting the hard advice that he needs. Look, there are ways to make this less damaging, and if it were done surgically, perhaps even there may be occasions where tariffs could be helpful. You would signal in advance. You would do your homework. You wouldn't change tariffs literally from day to day. You would actually have a rationale. Remember, this is a tariff policy that at various points we're being told will solve the fentanyl crisis, get rid of illegal immigration, rescue the budget deficit, solve bilateral trade deficits, and cure toe fungus. All of these things can't happen at once, and the way they're pursuing them, actually we're serving none of those goals well.
China is the big target here for the administration, has been for many years now. They want to put China in its place. Is that the right approach to China? Is China an economic adversary in the way that this administration, and even Democrats, frankly, over the years have been treating them?
Look, I'm not going to get into the geopolitics of it because I'm not very good at that. What I will tell you is the largest bilateral trade flows, the largest flow of ships carrying stuff between two countries in the world is the ships that leave China and come to the US and the ships that come from the US and go to China. And I'll also tell you that there are enormous gains from that. Take a look, for instance, China has just cut off the United States from its supplies of rare earth minerals. Now, it turns out they're a critically important input into computers and cars and military equipment and so on. But by the same token, you know, the United States, we provide the engineering and the know-how to turn those rare earth minerals into high-powered computers. And so because of that trade, we Americans get high-speed computers. And because of that trade, the Chinese get high-speed computers, given what they have at the moment is not our engineering expertise, but their rare earth minerals. Disentangling these two economies overnight is just going to be tremendously painful. We saw what happened during COVID when you unplug an economy and try and plug it back in. It might work for Windows PCs, but that's not how computers work. That's not how economies work.
Always trust a person who's willing to say what they don't know. One last thing I want to get you on. Donald Trump has been making a big promise about what these tariffs can do. It can bring in so much money for the United States with his External Revenue Service that it will eliminate the need for income taxes. I'll play you a little bit of sound on him on Fox News.
There is a chance that the money from tariffs could be so great that it would replace, you know, in the old days, about 1870 to 1913, the tariffs were the only form of money. And that's when our nation was relatively the richest. We were the richest.
Some people were very rich, not everyone.
Look, let's get a little bit of history in there. First of all, in 1870, we had outdoor plumbing. You had to go out in the cold to tend to your needs. I don't want to go back there. We had no antibiotics. We had no vaccines. All sorts of problems were a lot more difficult. Let's also go with the history lesson, which is back in 1870, we effectively didn't have a federal government. It was almost everything was done by the states, with the exception of the post office. And so when you've got a tiny amount of stuff done by the federal government, we could fund it by tariffs, and we did. Look, the president understands that he's lying. We have estimates of the maximum amount of revenue that you could raise from tariffs, and it's nowhere near the tax cuts that he's promising out there. But I want to say something more important. If he, to the extent that we move from raising money through income taxes, which mostly, remember, we have higher rates on the rich than we do on the poor, to raising it through tariffs. Both ways we're raising the money from Americans, but one way, the tariffs is a flat tax. And so that's a huge tax hike for working and middle-class Americans. And in return, we're going to cut the taxes, the income taxes that are being paid by the very wealthy.
It's a sales tax, and sales taxes affect lower-income folks a lot more than they affect higher-income folks. Justin Wolfers, always very good to have you. I love the pictures of your kids in the background. They're very cute. Good to see you.